It is a very proud privilege for me to stand here and speak along with Bhupati sir, Patavi sir, and my good friend, right, DC is here. So thank you so much. And one thing I learned very early in life, and I think I was never a good student in school, never. I was an outstanding student, always standing outside the classroom. And one of the teachers, and she made a difference to my life. So how many of you in your life, some teachers made a difference in your life? Please raise your hands. Right, if all of you sitting here, I believe there was some teacher who believed in you more than you, and that is when all those things really happen. So the teacher was a Hindi teacher, okay, and she made me realize that, hey, you can study well. But then one thing I learned is when you start exploring one subject, you start exploring all the other subjects. And slowly and steadily, I started to learn a lot of things literally in every subject. But then I fell in love with science. But then God had different plans and I was forced to take up accountancy. And there again, one more, my accounts teacher came and she said that accountancy is also like science. So many of you believe accounting is also like science, right? It is actually, if you go deeper inside, there is a science in accountancy, there is a science in taxation, like how Bhupati is telling that the threshold cannot go beyond a limit. There's a reason for it, there's cause and effect. Science is all about cause and effect. So a lot of things I want to speak and I will want to speak on a little later. But one thing I understood very early in life is that if you take up something, become the best in whatever you're doing. Don't become the last. And I understood over a period of time that I cannot be the best in taxation. We are Bhupati sir, right? Jokes apart. But then one thing I really loved doing was networking, meeting new people, talking to new people right from the school. Even if I was part of my own school, I'll always end up in a different school field, playing cricket with them, playing football with them, and keep exploring, meeting new people, talking to new people. I never knew that is called networking. I never knew that. But I have friends literally in every school, right, every college. Different colleges I'll enter, and sometimes I don't even know which college I am, but I'll just go enter, make friends, and come out of it. And that was the case in the CA classes also. If Patavi sir will remember, we used to be again the backbenchers, even in his classes, and he pulled us from the back bench to the front bench. Me and Hiren, and that kind of a batch we used to be there. Hiren was a gold medalist. So, why networking? This simple question I want to ask all of you. Why networking? Is it here? Yeah. Good. Why networking? And what is networking? Anybody here? I love people speaking and talking because if you're just going to be quiet, then it is one-sided. And let me tell you, finance professionals as we are, we always love to be keeping everything inside our head. Yes? We don't want to speak a lot. We don't talk too much. And we want to hold on to whatever our thoughts are. And many a times if you meet people in the crowd, you can actually know who are CAs. Because they don't speak, they don't talk. Right? That's why whenever I talk to people and they at the end they say, you're a chartered accountant. We can't believe you're a chartered accountant. And I believe it's time that we need to change that. Because as chartered accountants, we have the power of finance. What is business all about? What is business all about? See this? That's why I keep telling this. Chartered accountants never speak. Excuse me, what is finance all about? I believe that people in the last rows can't see me as usual because I was in the last row, I could not see the board. Right? What do you think is finance all about? Money. What is business all about? Finance, money. But what do? We think that we only have to learn about finance, which is theory, and not understand how actually money happens in a business. Money happens through various activities. What are the various activities? At least somebody can speak in a business. So how many of you are business people here? Excuse me, how many of you are business people? DC, you should raise the hand, boss. So how many of you are running your own firm? You're all in business. Right? Please understand that. And one thing I understood is, we as chartered accountants, and there's a difference between chartered accountants in Chennai, chartered accountants in Mumbai. Please understand, we are the best chartered accountants in the country, but we are not the biggest firms in the country. I've seen this difference in Chennai and Mumbai at least, okay, because I've been to Mumbai a lot of times and I understand the way people start thinking there. I went to Delhi recently and they have firms where the moment they pass, they have partnership firms of 10 people and 15 people starting. And here I see the biggest firms still having 1 or 2 partners or 3 partners because we're highly intelligent. They network. And that is what is important. And what is networking? Networking is not about coming together to grow your business only. I did articleship in my CA firm, and uh, my boss was Panalaji Tatia, and he was an expert in one thing. He knew every income tax officer. So now you tell me, do you think we ever lost a case? So many of you understood what I said. Bhupati sir only taught me this. So I asked Bhupati sir a long time back, and I was sitting there. I still remember that Mailapur, the school, and the second bench I was sitting, and I asked Bhupati sir, which is important, theory or practicals? And Bhupati sir said, practicals. Then I asked the next question, sir, why are you teaching us theory? He said, the practical that you are learning or going to learn is based on the theory that you mastered. So if you don't master the theory, then there's no practicals. That means you need to apply something in life, but for that you need a basis. So then the next question I asked is, sir, how do you win the case in appeals and all those things? And sir told me there are 3 C's. I remember 4 C's. You said I forgot the 1 C, okay? 3 C's. First, convince them. If you can't convince the officer, confuse them. And if you can't convince or confuse, the 3rd C, all of us know that. It's recorded, okay, so I can't say that. Okay, so networking is about knowing people. It is knowing different set of people. So how many of you know different people? Hello, human beings. Don't we know people? Okay, all of you are like confused what's happening here. Networking for finance is difficult, sir, okay. DC understands, okay. In fact, me and DC will go to Rich Estate. In fact, we'll enter any shop and make friends just like that, okay. DC is an amazing guy. He can make friends like this in just seconds, okay. I take 5 seconds extra, he takes 5 seconds less than me. That's how you should make friends. You should know people. You should meet people. You should talk to people. When I went to US for the first time, and I thought that US is like this, like that. And after I came back, I came and told all my friends, Indians are the best in the world, but we downgrade ourselves. Unless we go and meet people and talk to people, we don't know how good we are. That is why networking is important, to understand yourself. What is networking? Knowing different people, knowing about yourself. And one thing, Atri, was I just took a piece of paper. We are all afraid of networking, yes? That also people don't agree, okay? We're all afraid of networking because we don't know what to speak and how to speak. We don't even know how to start. And I think we all as professionals, chartered accountants, we need to learn that skill. Just 2 days back, one person was sitting and he was about to hire one of the big 4. Anybody from big 4? Sorry, boss, okay. You are my competition, anyhow. So he was about to hire a big 4 and he spoke to me for 15-20 minutes. And he asked me a simple question, why should I hire you? I said, boss, I may not be the best in everything, but I know the best in everything. How many of you understood this? I may not be the best in everything, but I know the best in everything. So you're coming to me is not coming to me, you're coming to 100 more people who can solve all your problems. You going to Big 4, you are dependent on only one company. But here, I know the best of everything that you want, and I can talk to them over the phone. I can solve all your problems over a phone call. And that is networking all about. Networking is not just exchange of visiting cards. In fact, I don't even carry visiting cards. Very, very rarely I give visiting cards. Because you don't need visiting cards. Today we have smartphones. Right? Sir, you told about generation before 1970 and after 2000, we were left out in between, okay? So for this for Patavi sir, and Bhupati sir, okay? So networking is about meeting people across the world. Today I have friends across the whole world. On a one phone call, I can solve problems for anybody. It is not just for me, it's for everybody. Now then why networking? Why should we network? I was, till when I cleared CA in 1997, and I started my CA practice in 97. For the first 3 years, I had only 30 new clients, only 30 clients. And then I think Bhupati sir remembers Anil Kicha. Anil Kicha used to be my neighbor. One day he came to my office and he said, Sunil, you're a very good CA, but unless you go out and meet new people, talk to new people, how will you get new customers? How will you get new clients? And what he said made a lot of sense to me. And then I started going to different associations as a speaker. I myself went, volunteered, and started speaking in associations. And for the next 3 years, I had 300 new clients. That is called networking. Networking is showing yourself in the market that you are there, you are present. Just that one name board is not going to get you clients. You keep the name board outside. For 3 years, I was waiting. Tamil solradhu idha vandadu. Client yarume varala. The 30 clients were 10 my family members, they did not have a choice. Friends, I did not give a choice. And fools, why did they enter also, I don't know. right? I don't know. I still don't know why they came. So please understand that name board is not going to get you business. And our CA Institute needs a huge revamp, change, everything. Because KPMGs and PWCs can put in newspaper advertisements and we can't even go and give a visiting card to anybody in the crowd to say, I'm a chartered accountant. There are two extremes which is operating in the market. Okay, so why networking? Connect. Earlier generation, we never had a problem with marriages. Bhupati sir, do you remember that? Right? We were married because there was a network available. Today, the only network is Facebook. Sorry, Insta. Next generation is Insta. But do you think, are we really networking? Are we really meeting people and talking to people? I'll tell you a situation what happened in COVID, and that's the power of networking. There's a gentleman in Chennai, and he was looking for a bed for his father who was critical during the COVID times, and he was not finding a bed. And his brother is a BNI member in Vijayawada. And now he called his brother who is in Vijayawada. And he got in touch with the executive director of Vijayawada, who is my close friend. And we received a call at around 11:30, and he was telling Sunil, there's an emergency, this gentleman needs a bed. And 2 o'clock, we get a bed for him in Apollo Hospital. And after 3 days, he has come to my office and he said, I had 10 lakhs cash in hand and I was moving hospital to hospital, but there was no bed available. But just one phone call, I do not know what happened, and at 2 o'clock, we already inside the hospital and one of the best hospitals in Chennai. Please understand, you're not just networking for business. We're not just networking for money. We need support. We need help. Now, how many of you, during this Ukraine-Russia war, we read in newspapers that 300, 400 Tamil Nadu students have come back? How many of you read that? You know what was happening behind the scene? That is never put in the newspapers. I'll tell you what was happening. So there was this particular news came in our WhatsApp group. Hey, there are 300 students from Tamil Nadu stuck up in Ukraine. And immediately that message went in the group of all the executive directors in India. One of the executive directors in Calcutta, she's a very good friend of mine, she said, hey, I have friends in Poland. Let me talk to them. For your information, the BNI members in Poland took the cars, went to the Ukraine border, picked up every student, brought them inside Poland, and from Poland they have shifted or moved back to Chennai. How many of you ever will hear this story? And that's the power of networking. Please understand, networking is not just about talking about business. It is beyond, it is much more than all of this. And that's what I keep telling this, we need to network. And let me tell you, today I'm an investor. And how did it happen? During COVID times, I was just sitting. And one of my friends, he called me from Ahmedabad and Surat. I said, what you guys are doing sitting in, wasting your time? Why don't you come online and let's see where and what we are doing? And these guys were investing in Mumbai, okay, probably venture capitalist, India's #1 venture capital company. And they explained how they are investing in startups. Chennai is way behind in the startup market itself. We are far behind. We are not in the race itself. But we have the potential in keep doing nothing. And during the COVID times, I invested around 24 or 25 startups. And you know Shark Tank, right? The first version was done by venture capitalists. And we knew which other companies are going to come in Shark Tank. I've invested in some of the companies in Shark Tank. Why? Because of networking. Because I'm talking to people, meeting new people. And that's an exposure. Learning more. Please understand. I want all of you to just write one simple English word. Learn. Learn. All of you please write it. That's something very important which I learned in my life, and probably thanks to all my teachers. Please understand, Learn. The more and more you learn, the more and more you earn. If your learning goes down, your earning goes down. And your learning is not just about the books, not about the theory. Learning everything practical in life. The way you speak, the way you talk. All of us have competition, but how come your competition is winning it? Because of presentation skills, because the way he speaks, the way he presents. And how are you going to learn all of those things? Sitting in your cabin. You're not going to learn that. You cannot learn that. And please understand, networking is for everything. You have to meet people. You have to talk to people. You have to expose yourself. You have to be vulnerable. Please understand, and that's really important. The first very important thing when you're networking is grab the attention. Not just by show off, okay? People have knowledge, they can speak about the knowledge they have. And let me tell you, each of us in this room is talented. Can we start showing our talent in whatever way we can show to the people? Care about people. The first important thing in networking is being visible in the market. My name board was there and nobody was coming and talking to me. Till I went out and started meeting people, telling to the market that, hey, I'm available here. I can do a service. I can help you solve your problems. And that's the most important thing. You need to be visible, first step. Second, people need to trust. And if you're not able to do that, nobody is going to care for you. Today, the number of chartered accountants is ever growing, ever growing. And you always have a competition next door, right? And that's really important. If you think you are one of the best, then you have to deliver the best, right? All those things apply to everybody. Next important thing is if you want money and profit, first visible, then being credible, and that's when people will come to you. That's when you become profitable. It's not any other way. In fact, I still remember whenever the initial days, the client used to come to me, I'm not going to charge them for everything initially. Because I said, okay, fine, they don't even know who am I, whether I can help them solve the problem. And I will solve the problems, and then they come back to me and say, hey, I know you can solve my problems, now you take my case, right? So this is important. You have to be visible, you have to be credible. People need to trust you. And there are ways of building trust, okay? Not just the social media, there are amazing ways. You already have some clients, good, use them. Talk to them, meet with them, ask them, request them. You have to. Because if you don't go and meet your clients, your competitors are meeting your clients. So that's really important, okay? And next, complementary. So this is something very interesting and important. We all have complementary professionals. Are we networking with them? With the lawyers, with the company secretaries, with the management consultants, right? With the financial planners. Go network with them, talk to them. And we don't have to, the commission business is very bad business. I never get into that, okay? There are a lot of insurance agents who come and say, you recommend customers to me and I will give you a commission. I said, I don't believe in any of those stuff. That's your business, you take care of it. But then you have clients, why don't you refer those clients to me? It can become complementary. I will refer my clients and you refer your clients to me, and then we can grow each other's business. And that's what is networking all about. It's not just about making money in every transaction. It's about, and I keep telling this, okay, I'm here to help my clients. I'm here to provide the best services for my clients, whether it's a lawyer service, whether it's a company secretary, whether it's a insurance, whether it's management consultancy, all of it. Please, please, please talk to people who are in different professions. You can start learning, you can start networking even with them, right? And how to build network? One-to-one. If I know someone that, hey, he's the best, I will pick up the time, go meet and talk to them. I think Vedishwaran sir is not here, and the very first meeting I had with Vedishwaran sir, in fact, the client paid for the whole time, but the client left in half the time. So I told Vedi sir, we already paid for 1 hour. The client has only utilized 30 minutes. 30 minutes is left. Can we have a one-to-one? And me and Vedi sir became very close friends. 30 minutes time. And who paid? The client paid. Right? It's really important. Meet people. People who matter to you, matter in the market. Please talk to them. And today, everybody is willing to mentor people. Today, there are a lot of startups who come and say, Sunil, will you mentor me? And I say, yes, why not? Let's work together. Let's talk together. And then professional forums. Please come to the meetings. Please be there in the professional forums. Not just this. There are many more professional forums. Go to the association, chambers. This is the time. If you're young, use this time properly to network and build those relationships. Because when you come around 40, 45, you won't have time. The time to network is between 20s. Okay, 20s to 30s, network, meet people, talk to them, build relationships. The Mumbai, when I went and I saw a lot of friends there, they all come from different parts of the country and stay in those, the PGs, and the classes happen there. They network there. They network. Along with the education, networking is happening. In here, I find that we are all in the safe homes and we don't network. We just study, study, study. Yes, it is important. It's good. But is it beyond that? So recently, we are taking in a partner who used to be my benchmate when we are doing Nagarajan sir's classes way back then. And he was working in Fraser and Rose as an intern, and I used to drop him to the bus stand. That's the relationship we had, and then he cleared, I cleared, we went off different parts. And now he wants to come out of the job and he wants to start something new. And the first name which came to his mind is me, because we were in touch over a period of time. And that's really important. Meet people, talk to them. And lastly, NGOs and charitable organizations. Be part of organizations. And not just for I thought I made a wrong decision. But 15 years later, let me tell you, today when I go and tell in the market that, hey, my CA is Sunil, everybody is so happy and proud of you. You have to become a leader. You just cannot be a backbencher sitting there. Yes, you can be a backbencher in the school and the college, but not in life. If you really want to make more money and make more good to the society, you have to be a leader in life. And all those things you're only going to get based on your leadership skills. Here one story which I heard, let me share with you. There was an egglet, okay, this egglet moved and it fell between the eggs of the chicken, right? And this egglet means the egg of an eagle. And when the egg hatched, okay, the egglet was also moving along with all the chickens. And what was the eaglet doing? The eagle's little one doing? Eating worms. Eating worms. And it was moving around. Till then a good Samaritan who came and he saw that, hey, it's an eagle, but why is it moving along with the chickens? He took that eaglet and went to the top of the mountain and threw the eaglet from there. That's when the eaglet realized the potential that it was capable of. It's supposed to be an eagle, not a chicken. So my question to all of you, what are you? Why are you just standing there and being there? Why don't you go around, meet people, talk to them, understand what is your capability, what's your potential? Why are you just keeping inside yourself and holding it back? If you have a talent and potential, expose to the world. Today the people are willing to pay you based on the talent you have, not the degree you have. Please understand, you have a CA degree, I have a CA degree. What's going to be the differentiator? The talent I show to the client. The potential that I can show to the client, that's really important. So I just want to say thank you. Any questions anybody has, I want to keep it short if I have the time to take questions. Anybody here?
Any questions, anyone?
Yes. Atreya. I didn't answer all the...
When we get into a relationship, we see what we can get. How to change this mindset of, what can I give?
Brilliant question. How many of you agree with this? No, serious, okay, very serious. So all of you just close your eyes. I'm not going to take away anything from you. Don't worry about it. There's no magic here. Sir, Bhupati sir, close your eyes. All of you close your eyes. Just breathe in. When I say breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. Okay, breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 In. Open your eyes. You will die of excess oxygen. Unless you give, how will you get? Right? We have to give. I'm giving right now standing here, and what am I giving you? A simple education and knowledge. And what am I going to get back? Goodwill. You will go and implement something in life. In fact, let me tell you. The friends around me keep telling this. Whatever I learn in life, I start sharing with everybody. One day they will come and learn. Uncle, teach me something, and they'll learn from you. But tell me now, what will you teach them? What I have taught you. And this is happening right now. I have 3 boys, and all the 3 boys have really grown up. Now they are moving around with my friends, and they are doing business dealings with them. And my children come and share what they've learned from them. And I smile because that is exactly what I have taught my friends. You keep giving. Keep giving. Universe will give you back. And this is a business transaction. Okay, how many of you have clients? How many of you have clients right from day one who was, because he had relationship with them. When you build relationship with people, they will stick on to you. But if you're thinking only business transaction, people will leave you and go. You lose business, you lose people. Networking is not just about business. Networking is about building relationship, understanding what is the problem, what is the solution that the person is looking for. Help them, and they will help you back. I was going through a very bad time because my dad was in finance business and hire purchase, and we had huge losses. We had to sell off everything. In 2007, like in the movies you show, that overnight you're on the streets, and that was my position. It was during the audit period of 2007. I didn't have an office. I didn't have a home. My clients came together. They gave me the advance fees for 2 years for me to build my office and build my home. If I did not help my clients enough, do you think they'll come forward and help me? We don't understand. We are all human beings. And today I'm back in life. That's all it takes. It takes 10 years for you to come back in life. 10 years. And that's really important for all of us to understand that. So help people. We are professionals. We have to charge what we have to charge. In fact, many times I give free advice too. I tell them, till you become my client, take it. But I keep telling them, you take this advice, you go back to your CA, he still won't be able to help you because that's my idea. And I don't give the full idea, okay, don't worry about it. So I believe I've answered your questions, but let me also tell you one very important thing. So what all of us breathe in? O2. What we exhale? CO2. as human beings, we add value in everything that we do, starting from your breathing. So if you're becoming a professional, please understand you're here to add value to people, not just to yourself. Because you add value to them, they will add back value to you. Because we don't add back value to them, they don't back add value to you. So for me, it's value addition. If I speak here today, it should be value add. That one point can you pick up and implement. I'm not expecting that you should know everything, but can we pick up one thing, just one thing? For me, that's very important. That one thing, one person's life is changed is enough for me. So when I come and speak, I only pray God, God, today can that one person in the crowd be benefited by what I speak. I know not everybody is going to be benefited, but at least can one person be benefited because of which his or her life can become better. That's my prayer to God every day. Right, good. Thank you.